Hi, we're Guys Doing Stuff, and it's the final project, the last of the secret room build. I'm going to do that. These guys are going to play video games again.
Go!
Now this light is on a switch with the rest of the basement, so what we need to do is we're going to put a pull chain here so that if people are in here, maybe they want to go to sleep, we can let them. So.
Now I promise I actually did switch the light, but there's nothing to see there. I just went to the hardware store and got a cheapo light with a pull string in the middle, so when you pull it, the light goes off. Now this one, I wanted to give the guys a little more light when they're sitting at their table doing Legos or putting puzzles together or something, so I got an under-the-cabinet shop light and an extension cord, because I don't have permanent wires in the wall there, so I just wired up an extension cord and attached that to the shop light here, and we're just going to wire it that way. We'll plug the extension cord into an outlet, and it'll be good to go. The boys will have plenty of light in there when they're working on their projects. And it works. Great. Now this is the shelf that's going to hold that under shelf light. I'm going to screw it right into the bunks on either side there to give both a little bit of stability, and is going to brace that shelf in place permanently. You did notice there that I had to cut out a notch for the box clamp on the back of the shop light. There it is. It's a real nice hole there. Now you'll see the hole. I was going to run the cord out and up, but then I realized that there was nowhere for it to go after that, so I decided against it. Hole was already cut, so I just covered it with the shop light and put things together here. I'm going to run the extension cord over with some clamps, some cable clamps, and plug it into the wall, and it should be good to go. Is it? Yes, it is. Moving on. Now, after building the bunk beds, it occurred to me there are no bunk rails to keep kids from falling out in the middle of the night. So I went to one of the stores, a hardware store, I don't remember which one it was, and I bought some ratchet straps with this nylon webbing, pretty cheap, and the nylon webbing is good stuff. So I'm going to cut that down, and I'll attach one end of a strip to the ceiling, one end to the bunk, and then I'm going to run a support strap between these ones that are going ceiling to bunk, and I'm going to connect those with some grommets just to give it a little bit of a webbing and some stability so the kids aren't falling out of bed. Now, I could have cauterized that, by the way, with a lighter or a match, but I had the heat gun. I thought I'd use it. Now, this grommet hole puncher, the tube, that doesn't work on nylon webbing. Truth be told, I used my utility knife and just cut an X and went from there. But the kit came with the hole puncher, so I tried that. And there is the grommet being set in place, and now I have a web set up. Now I've got to do it again for the other bunk. And since I want to drill a pilot hole on either end of the strap so that I can connect it to the ceiling and the bunk, I just heated a nail and pushed it through there because I didn't want to put a drill bit in there and catch it on one of the fibers and have the whole darn thing unravel. So here I am with a drywall screw and a washer. I've already marked out the joists, and I'm just running these through so that they'll connect and be secured to the ceiling. And then I will connect the other end to the bunk. And that should keep anyone from falling out of bed in the middle of the night, or at least it will wake them up or make them aware enough when they start falling that they won't continue to fall. Now this is the part that's been giving me the most trouble. How can I make a door that's light enough and sturdy enough to slide without being secured to the basement, without hinges or anything? So I'm essentially making a flat, like if you ever made scenery in theater or anything, this is just like a stage flat. Sheet of drywall on the front of it and make it pretty with these J-rails that just clean up the edges. And this is a track for a sliding closet door. It's really made for the ones that go one in front of the other. There should be 2 doors here. And when you buy the kit, it's going to come with 4 rollers, 2 for each door, and they're different sizes. One size for the front door, one size for the back door. I didn't realize that when I bought it, so I had to go out and buy a second set of rollers. But once I got the rollers in place, the door works. So now I'm just putting on a end cap here, so when the boys slam the door open, it doesn't come rolling off the track every time they do it. Now, since this is supposed to be a hidden door, I wanted to put a little pull hinge there. I had to have a handle. I didn't want to have the handle out in the middle of everything, so making a pull hinge, and I'm going to paint it white so it blends in with the trim. And this is a shelf that's going to go above the door track. It'll hide the door track and tie into both bookcases, so it looks like it's supposed to be there, and it's just sort of looking decorative. Slap on a coat of paint here.
Okay, so we got this pretend shelf placed between the bookcases. Now we just screw it into the wall and then screw it into each bookcase.
And now this part I want flush with the bookshelf. This is going to be the actual pull mechanism for the door, so I held the door flush with that in place, screwed it in, and now I can do the rest of them with it set. And once everything is finished, this bumps here a little bit, but once everything is finished and weighted, we'll be all good to go. So that goes flush with the door. I put a piece of trim molding along the bottom so it looks like it's a piece of the wall. And that's it. If you like what you saw, go ahead and like it or subscribe, because we're guys and we like doing stuff and we're going to make more videos.
I'm Gus.